cold.
We're here with Joshua Foer, author of Moonwalking with Einstein, and one-time memory champ
Once upon a time.
of the United States.
We're here in White Castle,
We're here in White Castle.
the brightest spot in Minneapolis that we could find to film in.
And we wanted to talk with Josh tonight about memorizing poetry.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard?
Right. Why is it so hard?
Why is it so hard to drink this chocolate
We're drinking
shake?
the only thing that I can eat on the menu at White Castle, which is the chocolate shake, which actually is quite a challenge. Why is memorizing poetry so hard? It's a good question. Part of the answer, I think, is just for remembering things verbatim is something that we're just not built for.
Right.
Just like this straw was not built to suck out this chocolate shake. We're really good at remembering the gist of conversations or of texts or of things that we read, which makes sense because it's the gist that actually matters when it comes to conveying information. The actual words that information is conveyed in is kind of like window dressing in a way, right? It has actual meaning. So it's something we're terrible at, just naturally. And in these competitions, one of the events is memorizing poetry. And it's something I trained to try and do. Tried to memorize a lot of poetry and was never really super duper at it.
Right.
They're basically...
Don't get a brain freeze.
I know. I can't even get enough chocolate to get a brain freeze. So they're basically two strategies that are pursued in these competitions to memorize poetry. And they go back, in a way, all the way to the earliest things written about memory in classical Latin 2,000 years ago.
Right.
So, one strategy is the super methodical, rigorous, kind of anal strategy that goes back to a Greek named Metrodorus. And the idea is you create an image for every word in the poem, literally every single word.
Every word.
Every single
Oh my
word.
God.
Yeah. It's insane. And you imagine every single word in a memory palace, basically. So it would be just as easy to be remembering like a VCR repair manual as, Auden.
Right.
In fact, it would be easier. That's one strategy. Not very fun. The other strategy is to treat a poem more like an actress or an actor treats a script, which is to kind of break it up into beats and associate an emotion, feeling, color, sensation with each little piece of the poem and sort of remember it that way.
Right.
That requires actually understanding the poem and having some sort of legitimate connection with it.
Yeah, which presumably in a competition setting you don't have the time to make that connection, even if you wanted to.
So what's interesting is so you have these two different strategies that are pursued by these mental athletes, competitive memorizers, and they kind of both work almost equally well in terms of like doing it really fast.
Right.
You wouldn't expect it, but anyways.
Do you remember any snippets or even the gist of the poem you had to memorize in your competition?
Oh God, it was god awful. It was terrible. Don't make me remember it.
Involuntarily caused neurons to fire.
If this doesn't make me vomit, that would. So.